So hi, I'm Ivan Recubrero from BSIS 3B, and our capstone title is Electronic Business Permit and Licensing System. So today, I'm going to discuss the gap for our capstone project entitled Electronic Business Permit and Licensing System. So there are two states, and the first is the current state and the other one is the desired state. So for the current state, the municipality of Almeria is currently managing its business permit and licensing office manually. So pag sinabi nating manually, this involves manual application form submissions and processing, and then paper-based record keeping, manual verification, and approval process. Next is in-person interactions for queries and updates, physical storage and retrieval of documents, and lastly, the manual tracking of permit and permit ex I mean manual tracking of permit expirations and renewals. So for the desired state, the goal of our capstone project is to automate the business permit and licensing system. So the desired state includes an online platform for application submissions and processing, digital record keeping and database management, automated verification and approval workflows, online portals for applicants to check status and updates, electronic storage and quick retrieval of documents, and lastly, automated notification for permit expirations and renewals. So now that we have identified the current state and the desired state, we have now identified the gap. So the gap between the current manual system of Almeria and the desired automated system composes several key areas. First, in terms of efficiency, the current manual processes are time-consuming and prone to delays, whereas an automated system would speed up processing and reduce these delays. Second, accuracy. Accuracy is a significant concern. So with manual data entry being prone to human errors, while automated data entry would minimize such errors and enhance accuracy. Third is accessibility. Accessibility is another area of improvement. Currently, applicants must visit the office in person for submissions and updates, but an automated system would allow for online access, enabling applicants to submit and track application remotely. So additionally, record keeping is a problematic with paper-based records, which are difficult to manage and vulnerable to damage or loss. In contrast, digital records are easier to manage, search, and backup. Transparency is also lacking in the manual process, making it hard to track the status of applications. An automated system would provide real-time updates and tracking, thereby enhancing transparency. And finally, scalability is a challenge with the manual system, requiring more human resources to scale up. An automated system, however, can handle increased volumes of applications without proportional increase in resources. So now we're going to proceed to the Gantt chart. So these are the list of tasks. The first, so for the capstone one, it will be consist of creation and project plan, drafting, system design, and then lastly the pre-oral defense. So for the creation and project plan, um, so the first or initial step for doing that is picking members for, of course, the capstone project, picking advisors and co-advisors, and then submission of proposal letter for conducting. Then the title hearing. So sa title hearing, meron sa amin na nagbigay ng proposed system na gagawin na namin. Kaya hindi na kami nag-isip ng possible na maging title. Then, after na ma-approve, syempre proceed tayo sa requirement gathering. So, sa requirement gathering, magkakandak tayo ng interview So, nag-conduct kami ng interview with the municipality Almeria officers with Sir Lorenzo and Ma'am Donna. And then, after nun, sa designing phase consists of creating Gantt chart, system architecture, context diagram, use case diagram, system flowchart, and backup design. Then, after nun, pre-oral defense na. So, creation and project plan pala ay kumbaga aabot siya ng 60 days from January to February 15. And then sa drafting, magkakaroon to, mangyari ay 14 days ang possible na maging time or kumbaga yung haba ng oras na gagawin namin. Yung system design, makita natin ng red or critical. Ibig sabihin nito ay mahaba ang oras na gugugulin sa paggagawa ng system design. And then sa pre-oral, isa or 1 day lang naman siya. And then sa coding, 75 days din. 26 pala. Critical siya. Then debugging. And after no coding ay debugging. And debugging will be for August to September. 30 days ang gugugulin. So, and then after after mag-code and mag-debug, data insertion ang sunod na next step. Dito na ipapasok yung mga data from the business permit and licensing office. Yung mga data nila doon ipapasok na sa system. Then after nun, system checking, i-check na yung system kung gumagana ba ito ng maayos. And then of course, finalize manuscript, or aside from finalizing the manuscript, it will be magkakonduct kami ng training for the employees or yung mga gagamit ng system para mas madali sila maka-adapt, and para syempre malaman nila kung paano gamitin yung system para sa mas mabilis na process, mas madaling work. Then after nun is last na to ay hardbound, and of course finalizing the system. User testing, mag-deploy na yung system para magamit na sa kanilang office. So next naman ay proceed tayo sa system architecture. So ano nga ba yung system architecture? Ang system architecture is like a blueprint for pagbibuild ng system ng system namin. So pinapakita nito yung different parts ng system, yung software and yung hardware, kung pinapakita nito kung paano sila mag-work together and make it whole. Then, sa makikita natin dito sa ating system architecture ay meron tayong four users. So, admin, staff, treasurer, and applicant. So, account ni admin, account ni staff, treasurer, and applicant. And then, makikita nila yan sa kanilang PC or monitor. And then, doon nila makikita yung susunod nun, pupunta tayo sa web server ng ginawa naming system na title ay Electronic Business Permit and Licensing System. Then next nun ay yung katabi niya ay database. Doon naman natin ipapasok yung mga data na ini-insert natin from the web server or yung system natin, and then doon niya isa-store yung mga data na sa database. Next naman ay sa context diagram. So context diagram is a simple drawing that shows how a system interacts with the outside world, and it helps you see what the system does or who or what it connects with. So makikita natin sa figure na ginawa ko ay sa middle of the figure is the EBPLS or Electronic Business Permit and Licensing System. Ito yung web server or yung system namin. And then sa gilid niya, sa paligid niya ay meron tayong 4 accounts: the admin, staff, applicant, and the treasurer. So ito yung kumokonekta sa kanya, and then yung arrow na nakikita natin ay yung flow or yung interactions na nangyayari from the user to the system and system to the user. Pag nakikita nyo yung green, from admin, issue permit, search, edit forms, yun yung mga nagagawa ng admin to the system, and then pabalik naman yung red nung nagagawa ng system to the user na nakakapag-notify siya kung ano yung nangyayari or updates sa system from the user, and then maka-message, and then maka-view forms, mga ganun. Next naman ay sa use case diagram. So as we can see, ano nga ba muna yung use case diagram? So, a use case diagram is a visual tool used in software and system development to show how different user or actors interact with the system. Pag sinabing user or actors, yun yung admin, treasurer, staff, and applicant. Then it helps in understanding the system's functionality from the user's perspective. So makikita natin dito, meron tayong 4 accounts nga, and then sa gitna nila, so yung lines na nakikita natin, yung yung limitations no kayang gawin ng account nila. So lahat sila, admin, treasurer, applicant, staff, all of them can log into their account, message, reply, of course, monitor, and view notifications. Kumbaga, ito yung general na kaya nilang gawin or kaya nilang i-access through the system. And then, sa gilid naman ng admin, meron tayong search, edit, delete, update, and add, then sort type of business, issue permit. Ito yung mga limitations na or yung kaya nilang gawin from the system. Sila lang yung si admin lang yung kaya makagawa nito, search, edit, delete, update. And then sa treasurer naman, yung kaya niyang gawin ay mag-encode ng taxes, fees, or charge, or yung amount na mako-compute nito. And then sa staff and admin, pareho sila maka-verify ng forms. Yun yung ano nila, para connections nila. Then sa staff, ang staff and applicant almost the same lang sila kasi pareho silang kaya makapag-input or view ng application form. And then sa staff naman, kaya nitong maka-register na account for applicant para to sa walk-in applicant. And then sa applicant naman, yung limitations na kaya niyang makuha ay receive permit, and then upload documents, and then register na rin. So ito yung yung pinapakita ng use case diagram na figure na ginawa ko. So next is system flowchart. So system flowchart is a visual diagram that shows the steps and decisions involved in a process within a system. So it helps understand how data and tasks flow through the system from start to finish. So ginawa ko ng system flowchart. Sobrang general niya, kaya gumawa rin ako ng system flowchart para sa every user ng system. So dito makikita natin, almost same lang siya sa use case diagram kasi ang naman ng mga user ay yung kaya nilang gawin sa system. Yung login message, reply, yung notifications. Nag-proceed tayo ngayon sa flowchart ng admin. So dito, ano siyang choice kung anong gagawin niya. Pwede siyang sa verification of applications. So dito, meron siyang dalawang choice. If yung application form na mapupunta sa kanya ay i-verify niya ba if complete yung requirements. Kung hindi naman complete yung requirements, i-deny niya yun. So, pag yung mga verified application forms, if approve niya ito, didiretso ito sa treasurer for computation of taxes. Then, pag kulang naman yung mga requirements ng application forms, it goes back to applicant for completion para ma-complete nila yung application or yung mga kulang nila sa kanila isasend ulit dito sa admin. Then next naman ay sa issue, sa check notifications muna tayo. So checking notifications kung how many application forms yung nakalista for newly applied business and sa mga magre-renew. Then meron naman also message and reply. Then ma-review niya yung mga list of successful na nag-registered na new business permit. Kumbaga yung mga okay na, makatapos na. And then next naman yung sa view or print ng annual report. So yung annual report, dito nakalagay yung mga January to December na reports. Then doon sa issuing permits, issuing permits na already completed tax. Then, so ito yung sa admin, sa flowchart ng admin. Then sa staff naman, meron nakalagay dito na create account for applicant. Then apply business permit. Choose kung new or renewal. Then, pag new, diretso sa check requirements for newly started business, and renew, check naman yung requirements for renewal of business, and then pupunta sila sa comply, of course, comply ng mga requirements, certificates, clearance, and yung iba pa. Then, after nun, fill up na application form, then upload yung mga picture ng clearance, ng mga certificates, then wait for verification of the admin. Then if ma-approve, diretso siya sa treasurer for tax computation. And then after nun, bibigyan na sila ng permit from the admin. Then send dito sa staff na rin, check message, then check notification. Then sa treasurer naman, ang isang flowchart nito ay check message, of course, and reply message or check notifications siguro. And then sa yung pinaka main na i-handle niya yung view pending verified application forms para sa tax computation nga, and then diretso sa admin for issuance of permit. So konti lang yung sa treasurer, and then sa applicant almost the same lang siya sa staff kasi pareho silang mag-apply for business permit, then view notifications, then check message, reply message. So choose if new or renewal, then check requirements, and then comply. Just fill up application form, upload, pareho lang sa staff. So wait for verification of the admin, then tax computation, then get permit. Yun lang. So yun lang para sa system flowchart sa mga user nito. So last ay mockup design. So dito ay may ginawa akong landing page for business permit and licensing system or sa office nila. So makikita natin dito, meron sa right side, merong events, mga updates for the municipality of Emilia. And then sa left side naman, the login form. So click nila yung login, didiretso sila sa login form. And then sa sa baba ng login page, meron tayong contact info, nakalagay dito yung location, contact number, FB page or mga FB page nila kung meron sila Instagram, mga ganun. Then email address. And then, syempre nakalagay din dito yung location o yung mga Google Map location, yung picture ng Google Map. Then next naman ay sa registration. Email ID, confirm email ID, first name, middle name, last name, mga kailangan sa pag-create ng account. Then of course, yung terms and condition na lahat ng nilagay mo doon or in-input mo ay totoo, and data privacy na rin, all personal data as defined under Republic Act, sa batas. Yun lang, halos.